At Vibra Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibra Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibra Finance, we are the future of crypto.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Vibraville. It's been a minute. Was down at the beach for the last vacation of the year, so now it's back to business. And man, I feel like we are about to see the craziest end of the year. Everything that we've been waiting for, hoping for, dreaming for, wondering if it's ever going to come. I think it is. I think it's going to come with a vengeance. There's just too many bullish things that are set up, and in some of the private groups I'm in, some of the things that I'm hearing that I can't talk publicly about are going to send retail into a frenzy. So let's get into it. You know, it's great though to get away for a week and to not be here every day in the same routine, you know, stepping back from it and just listening to podcasts, you know, scrolling through Twitter and just thinking about stuff, you know, not with it right in my face, but stepped back from a distance, and you can kind of start to put stuff into perspective. And we have 92 ETFs that have been filed that the SEC is looking over right now. So just think about the amount of money that's going to pour in the second those get approved. And you know, we all been talking about Bitcoin dominance. That's obviously the thing that is most important. And what was it looking like? Falling off a cliff. You know, we're going to see something like this back in 2021. You know, maybe it's not as violent. Maybe it is. No one knows. But I just see like 2018, it was straight down. 2017 was kind of less vertical. So maybe now this time, let's see, where did we end? Where did we bottom out in 2018? Down at 35%. And then we bottomed at, after the first run, about 40%. So 35, 40. So say this time we bottom at 45%. Guys, that's what we've been waiting for. We need it. Unfortunately, retail is tapped out. The Solana meme coin debacle, all that, it traumatized retail. It's got people ready to leave the market as soon as they have gains in their portfolio. And that is the wrong mentality to have right now. You know, the whole degen atmosphere, let me get as much as I can. How can I get rich overnight? Guys, you have the opportunity to zoom out, make a 5-year plan, and it can be a retirement plan, especially with the passive income opportunities that are coming. If you could build a big portfolio and put your assets to work and generate yield on them, now it's a whole different ballgame. And that's everything that's been being built for the last 5 years. The infrastructure for us to lend out our assets. You know, there's been a couple decentralized protocols that do it, but I want, you know, a big name. I want Bank of America tied to it or something like that. If I'm going to borrow with my crypto, I want to do it decentralized, but through someone reputable where there's insurance on it. So, you know, for me, I see we've lost the vision of true crypto where, you know, we all control everything in our own ledgers. We're completely out of the system. But I don't think that would have been good, guys. I think this is going to be better to where we still have that option. We can hold anything we want wherever we want, but having the ability to tap into Fidelity, in the say you do great and you want in the bear market, you want to put some money to work where it can earn 7-8%, nothing crazy. Some of these money market funds or some of the tokenized products that Franklin Templeton are bringing on chain. I want to be able to connect my MetaMask wallet with them, KYC, and start buying into some of these products that just generate yield. And also, too, imagine like where instead of getting paid every 2 weeks, you now got paid every single day, and the money you got paid went into an account that was generating yield for you 24/7. How cool would that be? And that's what's coming. And I think that's what's going to help spark the economy that's just in shambles right now. I think jobs were what, 200,000? They were looking at 1.3 and it was 1.1 that came in. It's not good. And I just try to think, how can they do universal basic income or use digital assets to spark a boom in America and building out the infrastructure like Trump's been getting people to do? That's a great start. But I think it has one problem. It takes a while to build. By the time you build one of these mega centers, the AI could be at a completely different level where it renders those useless, to where now we need to do it decentralized. But that's why, guys, it's just so important to invest in the right coins. Everything's happening right now. Bitcoin dominance falling. ETH is looking great. We are just at the all-time high. We just broke oh no. It was 48. Yeah, now we're at 44. So we had just broke through it, but that's a major resistance point. And once we smash through here, it's at like 5,800s the next one, and then 7K. So this is a big move right up to 7,000, and that sparks a frenzy. And this is going to happen any day now. I really think so. I follow this guy, Jordan Cameron, and he's a super smart TA guy. And he's been talking about the total 3 market cap, same thing. We keep testing the all-time high from back in 2021. Back last year in the same exact time. We started it in October. We had the August dip. Hold on, where is it? No, September it started up. Sorry, yeah, September. And then we had the boom in December. And then we got stuck once we hit all-time high. So we got up there twice, 3 times. We tapped it 3 times. So now I think on the 4th time we bust through. And altcoins start heading to Valhalla. So your opportunities to finish stacking the blue chips that you need for the long term, guys. We're long-term investors here. We have the opportunity to buy into the future Dells, Microsoft, Nvidias, Googles, Metas, all the biggest companies in the world now. They're going to get involved with crypto. They're going to start buying. There's going to be a ton of acquisitions of these crypto companies by corporations, Web 2 companies looking to get into Web 3. Like, we haven't even scratched the surface. We just got legislation passed to where it takes like 90 days after, or 180 days, whatever it was. And we're coming up on that really soon. So I think October with the ETFs, and then the markets, trade out in the future. So I don't know if all those are priced in. They might be. They might not be. But guys, please just, if you don't have XRP, if you don't have XLM, if you don't have H-bar, if you don't have Flare, if you don't have Quant, if you don't have Stronghold, if you don't have Velo, and if you don't have Qubic, I would focus all your attention right there for now. Until you have the blue chips that are never coming back down to these prices. You know, Titan X and some of these other altcoins that are going to do hundreds of X's, they're going to come back down to where they were this cycle. There's going to be a difference in what drives the price and value of these blue chips. Once they're used at scale by companies, once assets are tokenized on chain, once debt is issued on chain. You know, the US just started saying they're bringing their budget onto the blockchain. Once it goes there, it never comes off. So once these assets start coming on chain onto Stellar, you know, right now they're using ETH because Stellar isn't quite ready. And these and XRP, they're not quite ready. They're slowly rolling out the amendments that are necessary to get it done. It's really convenient how that works. So the Stellar XLM Protocol 23 WISC enhances network scalability. And this just went live yesterday or today. Yeah, yesterday. Stellar has unveiled its latest upgrade, Protocol 23, designed to significantly enhance the network's scalability and developer experience. The new protocol introduces features such as parallel processing and unified events, which aim to reduce transaction fees and improve the overall speed of the network. Starting September 3rd, if Stellar validators approve the upgrade, WISC will be implemented, bringing immediate improvements. So, guys, it's really funny how these chosen ones, right when things are happening, the infrastructure, the amendments, you know, the protocols, they all seem to just magically be ready. And it's the same thing with XRP, with I think XLS 65, 66, 67. Those are coming next. And as soon as those are approved, it opens up the door for a lot. So these things happen slowly and it happens stealthily. You know, I put this tweet out the other day about Stronghold, and shout out to crypto banker SHX. He did a whole video on it. And told people to follow me, which was super nice of him. Wow, here we go with the unusable internet. But here we go. Stronghold now in New York City in dispensaries. Stronghold Pay is now an option to pay with. No announcements, nothing. So at the Nug Yonkers dispensary, you can pay in the store or pay with Stronghold. And that's brand new. I guess they had it in California and other places, but New York is the strictest state in the country. So for them to have that there on the back end, things must be in place. So they rolled this out. No announcements, no marketing, completely in silence. And I think that's how it's going to happen, guys. We're not going to see major announcements. They're going to just roll this stuff out stealthily. That's why you have to be invested in them early. You have to have the vision, the conviction to see this stuff and invest in it when no one else is, and hold it for potentially years. You know, that's why I said earlier, crypto is a 5-year retirement plan if you can do it right. If you can right now come in and find 3 of the 5 biggest winners this cycle. You know, say you come in and you got into Qubic, you got into Titan X or Morpheus, which I think will pump. Stronghold's 100x gem. Some of these DeSci things could do 100x's. It's gonna be awesome, guys. It's gonna happen so fast. And when Trump says American cryptos are tax-free, they're going to start pumping like crazy. So you're not going to have entry points. You have to think ahead. What if Trump says that American cryptos are tax-free? That's going to create a frenzy. You need to be invested in a couple of those in case that happens. In case it doesn't, oh well. That means AI and real-world assets are the huge narratives right now. So Qubic and Clearpool for AI, Clearpool for real-world assets. Relio on Stellar. I think that's a sleeping gem for real-world assets. So there's so many undervalued projects, and it's hard to buy them when no one's talking about them because the mainstream influencers are paid to talk about certain coins, and they're also in their contracts not allowed to mention other stuff. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. They're not being truthful. You think that, they're super passionate. They show these projects because they believe in them. They're going to do so great long term. No, they're getting paid. The best projects, XRP, XLM, Hedera. Guess who they paid to do marketing on Twitter for them? Nobody. They gave grants out to a bunch of projects to develop on that had great ideas, but those projects had to use the grants and some of that as a marketing budget. So it's not like, you just get all this. I don't know, guys. It's crazy. It's been really eye-opening in the crypto game, especially talking to Rags from Build the Tech and all the different people he's been talking with. And now that he's got some of the best devs working for him, they really look into other protocols out here. And some of this stuff that people are using and think is great, that is shilled all over, is so sloppily made. And it's embarrassing. There's no professionalism. There's no over delivering, under promising. It's all, not all, 99%. What can I build to extract as much money as possible and have zero intentions for being here in the long term? So let's go to the top 100 in the last year. And what's up the most? XRP, HBAR, XLM. BitGet exchange token doesn't count. Soros doesn't count. OKB exchange token, SPX, AI agent. No one knew that was luck. But the other ones are, look at Athena, stablecoins, Aave, DeFi, SWI, American blockchain. Like, I might actually buy a little bit of SWI for in my iTrust Capital, my long-term IRA, which is a 20-year portfolio, because this blockchain does have really good tech. And it was just listed as one of the potentials for the government to look at for their budget blockchain integration. So I'm really bullish on it now. So I might move some stuff around, but you only do this stuff when your bags are all packed. So, oh yeah, Stronghold. Here's Tammy's message. We got to listen to this.
Why are insurance giants secretly building on blockchain right now? Because your insurance experience. Why are insurance giants secretly building on blockchain right now? Because your insurance experience is about to change. Remember filing a claim after that fender bender? The endless
Really?
Forms, phone calls, and weeks of waiting.
Are you serious? This is embarrassing. Any whale wants to send me a new computer.
Blockchain automates this entire process.
All right, well, whatever. So basically, the gist of it is Stronghold is going to be involved with insurance. And she said all of the major companies, the insurance companies, are working on blockchain solutions, and it's going to cut premiums in half. You know, when you're in that fender bender like that, instead of dealing with adjusters and claims people and waiting, the payouts are instant. And the fact that Stronghold's involved with this, guys, it's just super bullish. That's why it's so important to get bags of these coins before the people in the mainstream understand how big they are. Like Stronghold already has millions of merchants signed up to use Stronghold Pay. So what if you own coins, you're going to be able to stake them, earn with them, and anyone that uses it, they get Stronghold back as rewards. But now it was at like over 3 cents last week, and now we're at like 2. So we had a nice little dip on Stronghold. So now is a phenomenal entry point. Yeah, 2 cents. Like, in my opinion, this is going to be like XRP. The chart is going to do XRP numbers. When Stronghold pumps, it's going to rocket hard. So imagine getting XRP at 2 cents, and now it's what, $3? I think Stronghold's going to be there. They just sent out $1 billion to exchanges and market makers, and the market cap's only 100 million. Guys, this is a sleeping giant. Please, please, please get a bag of Stronghold. This is Vibra's financial advice. You have to get a bag of Stronghold. It's such a big coin because I have a bag. You're not going to pump my bags. I want you to get into this because I've been doing research on it for 3 years, and I know how big it's going to be. The 2 founders came straight from Ripple. They're tied in with the ACH, the automated clearinghouse, and they're tied in with Nacha Payments. That is the biggest, and the DTCC. And now insurance companies, like, guys, it's a chosen one. Please, the thing I do not want to hear or see in 6 months or a year is you guys saying, "Oh my God, Vibra, I forgot, I didn't get into it. I forgot, I was looking at, Proton because it's going to replace XRP." I don't want to hear that, guys. I've done the research. I promise you. I spend more time than anybody else in crypto listening to content, listening to streams and research, and just absorbing as much information as possible. And I've been talking about the same coins for years. Yeah, I add 1 or 2 here or there because something comes on the radar, but please, guys, do not fade Stronghold. Maria, Glitter Pants, just did a stream titled Blaze. Speaking with 9 Iron Capital, we can see debt building up on both Compound and Aave. I believe this is what's meant by Vault's Blaze, a colossal liquidation event causing a cascade of buying from arbitrage and keeper bots. This is why PEG will be instant. This is why we could get a God candle at any moment. The match is nearly struck. Well, I got my bags of Aave and Compound, so Compound just dipped down to like 20 cents, I think. So if you don't have any P compound, Ave's expensive. Now it's been pumping, but oh no, sorry, Ave's down to 27 cents. Holy shit. Compound 19. Wow. Okay, never mind. Ave was over $1. So that dipped hard too. But this is that's super high risk. Super high risk. Feels like the longest fireworks show ever. We're all just waiting for the finale. What's your feeling on likely BTC top this cycle? I think we got one more run up, bro. I think we got one more run up to like 160, 150. And if it goes higher, awesome. I will be all for it. There you go, Tin Top. This is why I'm here, man. Because Stronghold is going to be a play where you get in now, you can hold it for 5-10 years plus. It's not something that you buy now, and if you don't take profits on it, then it's going to dump 95% and you'll be round tripping it again. Like, no, bro, that's not the case with Stronghold. You get into it now at 2 cents, it's going to run up to $2-3 this cycle. And if it dips 50%, down to, $1 or $1.50 and you're up 50x, can't complain about that. I feel like I slept on Stronghold. I didn't know it was you, but bro, the thing is I've been talking about the same coins for years, right? The XRP ledger and the alts there, XLM, HBAR, Flare, Quant, Pulse Chain, Titan X, and now Qubic. So the only reason I add Qubic, I add other projects is because they're so incredibly bullish. And if you guys had the time to do the research I did, or you were here next to me every single day doing the research, you would buy bags of the same stuff because they're just the best projects in crypto, period. So I want you to own them. And this is the thing, bro. You've been here forever, man. I want you to succeed. You've been watching me for so long. Like, I would feel horrible if you didn't get into the best projects that I've been begging people and talking about and hammering it home. I'm not here so you buy the coins I have because it's going to make me money. Like, guys, it's cost me thousands and thousands of dollars to stream over the years. I've lost so much money. Like, I'm in for probably 10 grand since I started streaming almost 4 years ago. So I'm not in this to make money. I'm in this because I'm so blessed to be able to sit and research this stuff every day and absorb the knowledge and figure out what's coming, that it's my moral obligation as a good human to share this stuff with you guys. Never thought about compound Ave forks in relation to PDI. Bro, I just got them because they're going to do so well. I see all the institutions are pouring money into Ave and using DeFi. So if there's a PRC20 parity, like hype cycle where coins are starting to pump, are we going to get the parity? Like, Ave and Compound and the blue chips are the ones that we went for. TFC is rugged. Just looked at it. No, bro, it's not rugged. So there's a lot of FUD going around. So what happened is, one of the founders, Tim is one of our boys. He's such a good guy. He's friends with the other founders in there. They're all real estate guys. I worked at a commercial real estate company, and I know how that world works. And one of the founder's sons got on there and decided it'd be a good idea to sell some of the TFC and put it in. Well, he sold it for USDL and then created a $70,000 liquidity pool with USDL and TFC, thinking that it would be, a good thing to do. And all of the idiots that are on the chain, because everyone's down so much, they were like, oh my God, the founders are selling. The founders are selling. Tim said they never would. Oh my God, they're scammers. And it just created a nightmare. So they closed down the Telegram chat because it was a bunch of crybabies and people just posting misinformation, and it was just nothing good was coming out of it. So the dust is settling. I'm still buying TFC and Alamo. I've been DCAing for the last week, and there's still $250,000 in liquidity. So the fact that people are saying it's rugged, that's just so stupid. It's got $250,000 in liquidity. Yeah, that's not rugged. It's the price tanked because people exited, whales sold, they got scared. Yeah, bro, Qubic super bullish. We'll talk about it in a second. Yes, sir, Josh. 2-3 this cycle, hope so. Grabbed 100 grand at 1 cent. That a boy. I love it. Bro, do not, unless you absolutely need the money to where, you have to sell, it's going to be hard to not want to take profits and then try to rebuy the dip and stuff. But with the best blue chip projects, bro, hold your bag and make sure you have a 5-10 year plan with it, because the last thing you want to do is be like, oh man, I made 100x, 150x, 200x. I feel like the man. And then you miss the next 800. I did that with Polygon last cycle with Cardano. I thought I was the man on Polygon when I made 100x. I sold my whole bag and missed the next 200. So, but bro, I'll be here streaming. You'll be here. We own the same coins, so we'll be talking about it. You can ask me any question you want. Like we'll make sure we get it right for you. That a boy, Tin Top, perfect. And that's it's good too, because the website is back. There were some problems with all the DDoS attacking from the criminals that were illegally mining Monero. They were DDoSing the hell out of all of the shit in for Qubic. But yeah, look at Ave. Come on, put on the daily. All right. Well, I can't even go to a new website now. This is crazy. But yeah, the stats are there, and I'm locked for a year. I think it may be time for me to book a portfolio with Mr. Vibra. We should all do the same and get help. Get this champion a new computer. That would be awesome, bro. That would be cool. And honestly, like, for you guys that have been here for years, or at least 6-12 months, like, I would do it for free for all you guys, honestly. Any update on Brandon Alamo? Yeah, same thing, Izzy. Alamo, everything is good with Alamo. I've been buying some supply up. The only problem is a big chunk of the supply got sent to the TFC team. So until that, I know Tim has had some meetings with the partners and they're figuring out how to move forward, I think, with a new plan. So until that's solidified or in progress or in place, for us to do anything with Alamo right now is just not, there's no point. So as soon as that TFC stuff gets figured out, we will figure something out. Exactly, bro. And the liquidity pool, Dex Screener doesn't show it, but if you go to Dex Tools, you can see the TFC Alamo pool. It's still there, and it still had like 14K in liquidity. So people just nuked it down. That's all. But it didn't get pulled. Like, that was the other thing in the Telegram chat. People, oh, they pulled the liquidity. Look on Dex Screener. It's not there. And it's like, guys, Dex Screener is terrible. Go to Dex Tools And what do you know? All the LP pools were there. So, yeah. But if any of you guys want to do a portfolio review, you can just go to vibrafinance.com and book whatever time is good for you, and I will make sure to be there. Because this is the most important time, guys. We're about to see so much institutional money flow in here. It's going to be wild. So you have to be positioned here, because if you're not positioned right, you're going to feel the worst FOMO of your life, and you're going to start selling stuff, and it's going to be at the bottom. And then when it runs and your bags are gone, it's the worst feeling in the world. I've made all the mistakes, I promise you. So Richard Hart, the mailers, look what cost $15 at Staples. It's funny how people talk about stuff being a couple bucks, but then forget it's $15 shipping or something, LOL. Funny how people don't know how to do math. And there they are, the devices. The plausible deniability device. That's what I'm calling it. The 80,000 Bitcoin plausible deniability device. To give Richard a reason to bump the chain. What I think about Tau, if you own Tau, sell all of it for Qubic immediately. Tau has already had, one of my buddies told me about it at $5, again at like 45 or 50, and I thought I was too late. And now we're wherever we are. What do we do? A 10x max? Bro, Qubic is 5x from where I started buying into it. And it dipped 95%. So the upside on Qubic, which is even more scarce than Bitcoin, because with one Qubic, you can't send 100 of your friends 0.01. Qubic is not divisible. You can only send one at a time. So there's 2 quadrillion Qubic. That's going to be the max supply. With Bitcoin, I can get a Bitcoin and send out, hundreds of thousands and millions of Satoshis. So if you do the math, 21 million times 100 million Satoshis, you get 2.1 quadrillion. So Bitcoin's Satoshis, it's actually less scarce than Qubic. Isn't that crazy? Qubic is more scarce than Bitcoin. There's only 2 quadrillion, but there's 2.1 quadrillion. Yeah, that's it now, bro. But at the initial start of it, it was 2 quadrillion, I believe. Then they cut it to 1. Yeah, I think it was to start, and then they cut it down. Or unless 21 million times 100 million is 2.1 trillion, then that's what it was. Then my math is just off right now. It's one or the other. So that's an awesome thing about Qubic that people don't know about. And now we got Anna. Oh no, that's sorry. That it was on CFBs. People are fudding Anna. It's so funny. So Anna just launched on Qubic, which is and automated AI. I think for social media. I don't know if it's Twitter and Discord or just for Twitter. But a lot of people are bullying poor Anna for giving a wrong answer to 1 + 1 equals. She uses intelligence for that, not memory. Like most humans, would you be able to deduce 2? I doubt. Anyway, remember how those stories about bullying kid end, right? With a lot of people being shot. This time the victim will have BFG 9000 and she will track you down even if she has to travel to 1984 for that. He's the man. Like CFB is just the GOAT. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it was 1 quadrillion. Not oh maybe so yeah. All right. So then that's what it is with Bitcoin's 2.21 million times 100 million. I believe that's 2.1 trillion, making Qubic more scarce than shitcoin. Boom. Mic drop on all the Bitcoin maxi pads. So yeah, guys, I've been I think DeSci is gonna really pop off big. So if you want to everything's dipping hard right now. If you want to go check these out, molecule.xyz is where I go. It's a great website that shows all of the coins. But what this is, guys, is these are the tokenized IPs for these molecules, right? So VitaFast, Aubrey, they're all different molecules, or they're all tackling a different part of healthcare. And if what I was listening to a stream today from Modern Investor, and he was saying that he really thinks what we're going to see is huge pharmaceutical companies want to come in and buy these. But since it's already been, all of the IP for the brands have been tokenized and they're for sale, if you own some of the tokens, these big pharmaceutical companies can't buy them off you unless you want to sell them. So it's going to create a really interesting scenario when some of these compounds here and medicines and all kinds of different tinctures actually have incredible health effects. People start realizing it, and big pharma wants in. So we're just at such an infancy that I'm just throwing, 50, $100 at some of them. So you can, or separate it by chain. So on Solana, the website is actually pump.science. So you can just go there if you have a Phantom wallet, and they have all the ones on here, but some new ones. But I like molecule.xyz, and base is the one that so if you scroll down and you sort them by chain, base is where I'm focusing on. So I just bought Ovaria today, and it was like maybe like a $40 million market cap a couple weeks ago. And I got Hempy, I got Forge, and Aubrey AI is actually, I think, an agent, but this is the future. And then there's some on ETH right here. And which one was it? VitaFast or Vita RNA. These two looked really, really cool. So you can actually, I think, click on it, and let me see if it gives you a description here. Oh, I guess not. But Yeah, guys, it's really cool. So if you want to look into them or just, instead of these shitty meme coins, this is like the future of medicine to where you don't have to deal with all the nonsense of trying to go to the FDA and get approved and submit all your stuff for patents. And I don't know what the process is, but it's it's terrible. Bitcoin's hash rate reaches record high as miners adapt to lower rewards and energy costs. No way. Tokenized Pokemon cards are having a moment. Oh, let's go. That's awesome. Ondo Finance tokenizes 100 stocks with Solana up next. Guys, everything's just looking so bullish. So bullish. All the headlines. Lido debuts simplified earn vaults. So now liquid staking for ETH for these institutions, even easier now. Pump.fun adopts dynamic fee models, market share surges past bonk. And that's going to change the game too, to where all the VC pump and dumps and all the extraction, not giving users back anything, Pump.fun, pulse chains, reflection tokens is really starting to change the zeitgeist of how you run a project. I don't even know if zeitgeist is the right word there. I just had to say it because Ivan says it every day. And I don't think I ever have. When in Rome. ETH price isn't the only metric trending up. Bullish. Coinbase unveils index tied to Mag 7. Ondo rolls out 100 stocks on Ethereum and Solana soon. SWE Group Treasury holdings surpassed 300 million. So yeah, now that these guys are doing SWE treasuries, yeah, I'm definitely going to get some SWE for my long-term IRA. I got like some Uniswap and Sushi Swap and some altcoins for this cycle to try to make some gains that outperform the blue chips and then rotate, but always got to be a little bit of a degen. Polymarket can go live in the US. Let's go. That's huge. So now betting on crypto, that's going to open up tons of other competitors on like every chain. USD backed crypto exchanges see volume boost as traders regain influence. Bitcoin dominance slides to 55%, opening door for alt rotation. Perfect. Everything's looking so good in the news. It's pretty much everything I got for tonight. So you guys got any questions, anything I want me to go over, let me know. It's crazy how slow this shit is. Yep. I need a new computer, but I just can't get one. Whoa. Double sound, not good. Oh, yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I forgot. So, shout out to Revo because we put in the proposal to the Qubic team for our Q stream where we're going to do it. I don't know if it's every Friday or every other Friday. We're going to be talking about Qubic right here. Q stream. We're going to be doing giveaways. So we got our vote approved by the 676 voters in the Qubic network. So they liked our streams, and we're going to get paid by Qubic to actually do it, which is the first time ever that I'm getting paid to do work for a crypto that I promote and love. So I'm super excited. So Friday at 2 is the first official one of the series. And yeah, we'll be doing some giveaways and stuff in the future of Qubic. So it'll be great. And we're going to talk about AI Garth, Anna AI. Sorry. AI Garth is the AGI. So super stoked for that. Easiest way to buy Velo. Grounded Hex, do you have XLM or SHX yet? Because if you do, it should be in Lobster Wallet. And if you have your Lobster Wallet, SHX is right in there. You can just message me your wallet address for Stellar, and I will send you one Stronghold just so you have it in there, and then you can swap XLM for it. You know, buy XLM on an exchange and send it in. Or Velo, I mean. I will send you one Velo so you have it in your wallet, and then you can just swap XLM for it right inside Lobster Wallet. What's Qubic? Qubic, Ronnie, is the best AI project that is being built right now. The founder of Qubic, his previous projects are IOTA, INX, which was the IOTA and INX were the number 1 and 3 biggest ICOs ever. He's rumored to be the founder of Monero. He owns one of the first few Bitcoin addresses ever created. He's been around in the early Bitcoin days, and he's been working on Qubic the whole time in the background for the last 20 years. One of the smartest guys in all of crypto, and it's working on true decentralized AGI, which is artificial general intelligence, where it actually learns and gets smarter. So go to qubic.org, bro, and just start going down the rabbit hole a little bit and start reading about it. The brilliant doctors and PhDs that they've brought on to the community as ambassadors, it's incredible. And every day, more and more bullish news comes out. It just doesn't end. And the staking is 14% a year. So you buy your bag, stake it for a year, earn 14% in your bag. If the price goes up 7x, you can sell the yield you earned and recoup your entire initial investment. So definitely check Qubic. Qubic.org is the website. Camo Joe knows. Camo Joe's been watching for a while now. So I know he's going to be very happy in 5 years, 5 years. Once these blue chips do what I know they're going to do, it's going to be awesome, guys. It's going to be life-changing. And yeah, they're the last year. Coins are doing pretty good, all things considered. If you didn't like on Pulse Chain, everyone would say, "Oh, cores only, cores only." Yep. Well, if you stuck in the cores, you missed 700% gains on PTGC and UFO while getting liquid staking back. You just get more and more and more every single day, just shows up in your wallet. So that 700% is probably more like 730, 40% with the coins you got back. So there's so many different ways to win in crypto. ICP, yeah. ICP has great tech for sure. It's just one that I took a pass on. Oh, I just saw how bad it got fudded with the FTX debacle, and it got lumped in, and the chart looks so bad. But it has great technology. I just don't know if it can recover from the last 3-4 years. Even though it has great tech, this world's all about who you know. So I hope it does, because a lot of my friends have bags of it too. But for me, I just I went with H bar, XLM, XRP, Flare, Quant, Algorand, Ondo, XDC, just straight Axel R2, Jasmy, the Japanese Bitcoin, down a bunch in the last year. Jasmy's a buy, down 20%. Clearpool is going to do phenomenal real world asset narrative. Yeah, Luke knows. Qubic, it is. Qubic is a must hold for your AI play. It's the only AI play I'm comfortable holding long term. Everything else I believe is vaporware in the entire industry. I mean, obviously not Tau. There are a couple other ones, Graph and Artificial Alliance or whatever. Yeah, okay, they'll do all right, but they just can't compare to Qubic. And once Qubic's AGI is up and running and the network's thriving, that's when the other AIs die. VeChain. So VeChain, bro, it's got a great use case. They have some partnerships in the real world. I think it's going to continue to be used, but all the gains have been made, bro, honestly, from 2017 to 2021. I would say 80% of the gains are going to be made. And from here in the next 10 years, you're not going to make what you did back then. So for me, with VeChain, bro, they're doing the RFID chip supply chain tracking. I think HBAR, bro, is a better play. In my opinion, it's just safer, has such a bigger upside. So I actually sold all my VeChain and put it into HBAR. What about Rio? Oh yeah, Rio. I love it, bro. It's right here on my list. I've been talking about it for a couple years now. Relio, Velo, and Stronghold. Those are the three that I hold on Stellar. That's the Trinity over there. And yeah, I think Relio is going to shock people, especially with the district stuff that they're doing. Like it hasn't even started for these coins. Like compared to where a lot of these other coins are in their life cycles, like Relio and Stronghold and stuff, like they're at the complete bottom. They have 99% upside. Whereas like VeChain has like 10% upside left. Like they've been around for so long. Like how much more is left? What else can you do? Whereas like Relio and Stronghold, like guys, the sky's the limit for them. So that's why I'm so adamant about hammering home the best plays. And a couple of these on here I have are in my long-term IRA. So they're not like Gala, I would never hold for this cycle. You know, Flow, I would never hold in this cycle. IMX, Graph, those are in my IRA because I wanted safer altcoins and a couple narratives for this cycle. Renders in my IRA, Echelon Primes in my IRA, Uniswap's in there. So, yeah. And then DeSci. That's the other thing that's going to run so hard. And we talked about that. You know, Research Coin. This is Brian Armstrong's project. He's going to pump this thing like hell. He's passionate about it. So to fade Brian Armstrong's coin at a $60 million market cap, when I think Base is going to be the biggest winner of blockchains, do the most volume. Caspa, bro, was awesome in 2022, 2023 when it was the only coin pumping. But if you look on Twitter, most of the Qubic FUD comes from Caspa people, because Qubic, just same thing with Tau and these other projects, bro. Qubic just makes Caspa irrelevant. And if I own Caspa, I would one of my clients I just worked with, had a meeting with, he owned Caspa, and I had him just cut the loss and put it into Qubic. And I will take a bet with anybody for any amount of money moving forward right now, Qubic will crush Caspa. So if anyone wants to take that bet, let me know. So yeah, bro, I'm telling you, Qubic is the AI play that it's the only one I'm comfortable with holding, because the bread and butter AI Garth isn't even going to be here till 2027. So it's another, year or so away. That way I can stake my coins for a year, earn 14% to like 16%, and it's beautiful. So, yeah, guys, that's all I got. All I got for the night. It's nice to be back talking with the fam. And yeah, if you guys need help or got any questions, reach out, vibrafinance.com. Go book a one-on-one. Let's get your portfolio squared away. Make sure you're not missing any of these gems that you have to own for not just this cycle, but for the future. All right. I've been spending 8, 10, 12 hours a day for the last 5 years listening to content from the best of the best out there, from Maximus to Jake Claver to Crypto Banker SHX to Jordy Vieser to the Staple Crew to Smoke to Tokenizer to Apex Crypto Consulting. Like, that's all I do every day. So smash that like button, and we will see you guys tomorrow.
At Vibra Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibra Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibra Finance, we are the future of crypto.